The man rode in a luxury car in the Middle Ages 500 years ago and drove straight through a modern city gate. Even more unbelievable was that every horse ridden by townsfolk on the street had official automobile license plates hanging on them. The king quickly gathered his men and hurried after him, only to be stopped cold by city guards who drew their swords. The reason given was simple: the royal carriage lacked a license plate and was forbidden entry. The king grew utterly confused, wondering if he was trapped inside a dream. None of them knew the man had been reborn into this ancient world. Shortly after he woke up, his father, the king, had him arrested. The king shouted furiously that as a royal prince, he acted spoiled and frivolous, and planned to banish him to the remote borderlands. Yet the man possessed the memories of his previous body. He foresaw that resisting fiercely would only lead to brutal torture, so he agreed to the banishment without hesitation. Everyone present was stunned by his unexpected compliance. Soon afterward, he willingly traveled to that impoverished town. On his second day there, he appeared before all the townspeople driving a tractor. He led the confused villagers to plow farmland with the machine. The drastically improved farming efficiency made the local mayor deeply grateful to him. Word of this reached the king's ears, but the king dismissed the news as wild exaggeration. Meanwhile, the man accomplished even more astonishing things. He brought in excavators and cranes and told the villagers, who still lived in primitive conditions, that these machines could build a full house in just 3 days, ensuring every family would have a proper home. He also met privately with the mayor to introduce modern social systems. He even purchased a fancy luxury automobile and ordered the mayor to pave all roads with smooth asphalt to boost trade. At that time, the king was worn out from stress, struggling to resettle refugees across several regions. Worse still, he learned that many towns barely had enough food for their residents. When his officials reported that the destitute town where the prince lived had transformed into an extremely wealthy place, the king could no longer stay put. He immediately boarded his carriage and headed for his son's town. To his shock, gaining entry was no longer easy. Even the king had to apply for a special pass to get inside. Once they finally entered the town, everyone stood speechless in awe. Neat streets and grand buildings stretched as far as the eye could see. The king finally realized his son possessed incredible, extraordinary abilities.